Hi, what's up YouTube? I wanted to show you how to make the level 2 retention sheath. I did a video about a month ago about this sheath right here for my Delica 4, and I kind of did an upgrade facelift to it, because I did this sheath out of just like scraps, and I didn't really have a mindset design for it. I just wanted to see if I could achieve the level 2 retention. If you can see that, it still works. I actually had to redo this because I trimmed that off, and it worked out the second time. So being that this worked out very well, okay, I wanted to do it on my other sheaths, and one in particular in mind was my Coldsteel Trailhawk. You can see here I have a sheath done, but I didn't finish it. This is what this video is about. I'm going to show you how to achieve this step for step, and I'm going to cover basic principles like what to look for, kind of what to stay away from. I'll be talking about like width and length of the lock itself, because of doing this the second time, I kind of got into some problems. And the problem was that, if you see here, I did a little slit. Well, that was because this area, okay, it was too much. It created too much of a tension. I was able to put the knife in, lock it, but I could not unlock it because it was so hard to unlock. So what I did, and plus when you unlock it, I mean, you're holding it on this side with your fingers, and you're kind of like fighting yourself, because you're, you know. But I did that slit for this purpose. As you can see, it actually moves separate from the entire piece, and it still locks pretty stiff and secure, and it's easy now, and it still does the job. It doesn't come out. It's a little something I had to figure out, and I was glad it worked out good. But I also wanted to make a sheath again for my Trailhawk, and this is what this video is about. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start to heat this and to form it, and I'll let you know what I'm doing as I'm doing it. So go ahead and do that. First, I'll actually take the sheath apart, because wait a minute, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'll actually form it first, and then I'll take the sheath apart and do my little adjustments. So for this, I have two tools, basically my heat gun and my Dremel tool with buffing wheels. And the buffing wheel will be to do my fine trimming, my fine adjustments. And what I use is like, you can use like wooden blocks. I got like plastic blocks here that I made especially for this, what I'm going to show you. And another thing I use, because I'm thermal forming by hand, I use this. It's a pot holder for your oven, for your cookie sheets. And it is made out of silicone, and it's rated at 425 degrees Fahrenheit, I think. So what I'm gonna do is, because I only want to heat here, right? I only want to heat this area. So what I want to do is I want to put this over the parts that I do not want heat to touch. So what I'll do, okay, I got it. So actually, I'll bring that over the pieces. I do not want heated. All I want heated actually is this little part right here to just bend over. And these blocks, I will use it to put pressure on the upper part, so it forms tightly over this, and the other block to put pressure on the other part. Now I'll demonstrate that right now. Make sure it's good. And I won't put the heat directly on it. I'll actually wave the gun like this, and I'll test it with my finger to make sure that it's nice and soft. Once it starts getting a good consistent softness of working, you'll see. It's actually good. It's actually good enough. Come here. I'll pull that. Pull it again. Putting a fair amount of pressure. Making sure it's good, tight. As you see, it kind of works, but I need to trim it. Yeah, I'm going to need to trim it, and to do that, now I got to take it apart. That's the next step. So I will undo. Okay, now that it's undone, and I got a pretty good fold. I like the way it looked. I didn't have to reheat it or readjust it, so I'm going to leave it like that, and I'll just do the trimming. And what I'll do is I'll just trim the length here, because what I want to achieve is, you see how it's pliable? This is, I won't have to do much trimming with this. Again, because of the length of this. Oh. Oops. Because of the length of this, it's pretty high. It's not low, and because of that, I'm getting more of a spring here. Okay, if it would be a lot lower, the adjustments would be crazy. That one, if I didn't adjust it with my buffing wheel 100 times, I didn't do it once. It was crazy. But this one is pliable, as you can see, because I have so much material to work with. Again, the smaller, the more work you're gonna do. But this is just an axe handle for my tomahawk, so I'll start trimming that right now. And I'll only do a few passes each time.
too much pressure, so take some more out. Yep, a little bit more. A little bit more. It's these little adjustments that kill me. It takes more time. Doing this, you're sanding this off. You're creating your lip. You've created the lip that you want that fold to go over. Okay, all that doesn't take much time, but it's the lock, it's the trimming and the adjustments that take most of the time. We're almost there. Could actually make this work like this, but I don't know. It's kind of like a little too stiff. I'm gonna actually put back this post because it's gonna add pressure, and once the pressure is there, this will actually work differently than just having it in my hand, because there's pressure being applied here, and at this point it might be just perfect. So put this back in. That's what happens when I make the holes precise. Clay. Yeah, that still is a little too tight. There's too much material. One thing I've noticed too when I was making this, I was surprised how much material I could take off. I mean, you look at that and there's barely anything there. I mean, it's just, it just touches, just kisses the edge of that, and it works perfectly. I think this is the same case for this one. I'm gonna have to take off more than I thought. Okay, I'm gonna check that out with the screw now. Still too stiff for my liking. Okay.
Like I said, this is the part of the adjustment that is just so tedious. But once it's done, you get cool sheath. Trying to work as fast as I can because I don't know how much video I'm allowed to upload to YouTube. You know what? It's pretty good for an axe handle thing. Yeah, what do you think? What do you think about that? It's got a weird double clicking sound. Let's check it out. Oh, by the way, check out that nice edge. Can you see that on the camera? Yeah. I put a, well, I didn't put, a buddy of mine, local guy who does knife sharpening, put a nice polished edge on that. It's awesome. This thing is moving on from me, man. Okay, here we go. It's not bad. Now, if I had that other screw, it wouldn't be moving around like that. But yeah, that is solid. That's a solid lock right there.
that's it. I'm all done. I like it. There's maybe tiny little adjustments to do, but I won't bother you guys with that. You get the gist of how to do it, and you know, if you have any questions or if you want to see more videos on how I do stuff like that, I have a few more ideas on a couple of different other logs that I can do. Not just this one, but things are spinning around in my mind. I got a couple of ideas, and once I get those figured out, well, I'll post those too on YouTube and how to do them. So later, YouTube.